Welcome to AVUSD Storytime Science. My name is Dr. Gillette, and today's story is Do For You, the Robot Experiences Forces and Motion by Mark Weakland, illustrated by Michael Moran. Read today by Kaitlyn Donovan, AVCI Class of 2021. As you listen to the story, pay attention to the sciences involved and how the robots experience motion. Stay tuned after the show for an exciting challenge to build a robot and a device to explore inertia forces.
Do For You, the Robot Experiences Forces and Motion by Mark Weakland. Welcome to the Worldwide Robotics. I'm D4, a helper bot. You can call me Do For You. That's because I do work for you. My partner is a HV1 model, but everyone calls him HEV-E1. Workers at Worldwide Robotics build robots. To build a bot, they need to know how and why objects move. In other words, they have to be experts on force and motion. Come into the lab and see our robots using force and motion. They're doing work so you don't have to. To do work, a robot must move. In his resting position, HEV-E1 is doing neither. The force of gravity is pulling on him. It helps HEV-E1 stay at rest. How will I get him up and moving? Put stinky socks near his smell sensor. An object won't move unless a force acts upon it. Most forces can be thought of as a push or a pull. It's force that sets everything, including HEV-E1, into motion. An object's tendency to stay at rest is called inertia. HEV-E1 has a lot of it because he is big and heavy. To move him to a new position, I've got to use a lot of force. Oof. Come on, big guy, time to power up. Fresh socks. I thought robots were supposed to do the work. A huge robot like HEV-E1 is great at guarding your bedroom. Pesky brothers and sisters simply aren't strong enough to move him. Large forces are needed to move objects. With large amounts of inertia, other objects such as these crumbs and this dust have very little inertia. Even a small force like my brush will get them moving. Achoo! While HEV-E1 guards, I clean. Cleaning is all about using force to get something done. First, electric motors apply force to move my arm. Next, my arm applies force to the dirty underwear. Simple machines such as levers lets us do more with less force. My arm and elbows work as levers. With a lever, I can fling underwear far. Whoa, that's a record, 11.5 feet. All work and no play makes for a boring bot. Here at the testing grounds, robots test objects in motion and have some fun. Every robot in motion used a push or pull to get moving. The robots will continue to swing, spin, and roll until other force act upon them. This is true of all objects. Danger, danger. Only another force can make a moving object change its course or stop. When a robot rolls down a hill, it picks up speed. Speed describes how fast an object is moving. Acceleration describes how much speed the object is picking up. Gravity is a force that pulls an object towards the center of Earth. It is pulling on HEV-E1 right now. That's why he's accelerating. I need that jetpack. The Route 33 robot is accelerating even faster than HEV-E1. Why? The force of gravity is pulling and the force of the jetpack is pushing. In this case, two forces are better than one. Good thing that robot is wearing a helmet. He's on fire. Friction. Not all forces work to get something moving. Friction works against motion. When two objects slide past each other, their rough parts rub. This rubbing is also known as friction. Friction works on skateboard wheels and swing set chains. When there's little friction, moving objects come to rest slowly. When friction is great, moving objects slow down quickly. Dragging a skateboard's tail will slow it down fast. There is a lot of friction between the skateboard and the pavement. This tail is smoking. If there's enough friction, the skateboard will stop immediately. Summer is a great time for bare feet, but watch out, you don't want to step on a nail or a rusty piece of metal. Don't worry, with my arm attachment, I will use magnetism to clean your yard. My magnets pull iron or steel objects to them. Ka-ching! That doesn't register in my hard drive. Like friction and gravity, magnetism is a type of force. Objects that usually moved with an actual push or pull, but magnets push and pull objects without touching them. That's because magnets use magnetic field. It surrounds the magnet like an invisible bubble. The magnetic field causes the force that pulls iron or steel to the magnet. Magnetism and gravity are forces that work through solids, liquids, and gases. My magnet arm pulls metal through the air. The magnet will also work through paper, plastic, and wood. And if Hev E1 can't get out of the pool, we'll fish him out with a magnet. Magnets attract metal even through water. This is a monster of a fish. Magnetism and gravity are forces that fade across distance. A magnet pulls on metal weakens as the magnet and metal move apart. Gravity is similar if the object is near the ground. Gravity's pull is strong. If the object is high in the air, gravity's pull weakens. Do for you, the force is with you. Gravity's mission successful. Thanks for visiting Worldwide Robotics. You've learned a lot about forces and motion during your visit. Now put your knowledge to work. Move an object with a magnet. Figure out the best way to lift a heavy object or build a robot that flings your dirty underwear. Remember, robots do your work so you don't have to. Swing.
Hi everybody. Today's activity we're going to make a robotic hand. So you have to think of the shape of the hand and we're going to replicate what the fingers do. So to do that we're going to use a cardboard box. We're going to use some tape. Any tape will work. I'm using blue painter's tape. You want some scissors, string or some yarn, and then some straws, and these are courteous from Starbucks. All right, so we're going to go ahead and build the robotic fingers. Here's a first generation that we built. So this is kind of what we're going for right here, if you can look at that. So we want to think about how a hand works. So I cut out some pieces to represent the palm, and then I cut out some cardboard to represent the knuckles. So you can see kind of how we're going to build it from there. All right, first thing we need to do is we need to attach the fingers to the palm. So I'm going to get some tape. Oh, and I forgot to mention earlier, we're going to need some rubber bands to do this activity. So I'm going to go ahead and tape these like that. Tape right there. And then tape there. All right, so now we need to create a structure to pull the finger in. So we're going to use rubber bands for that. We're going to cut some lengths of rubber band and we're going to tape it right in between the knuckles there. Like so. So now the finger will curl back in. So now what we're going to do on the other side, we're going to take some straw and we're going to cut some lengths of straw to feed our string through.
like that. So now what we need to do is be able to pull that finger in. So we're going to take some yarn and we're going to thread it through the straw. And now I'm just going to take that extra end here, flip it over, and just tape it right into place. All right, so now when I pull the string, the hand flexes in, the finger flexes in like that. There you can see. And you can build more fingers across to make a real hand. And go ahead and challenge you to build a robotic hand. You can do elbows, you can do knees, you can do toes, you can do all sorts of joints with this. So we challenge you to build your own robot.
Hi everybody, for the second activity we're going to make a Greek waiter tray. Sometimes this is called an inertia tray. So what we're going to need is a nice square piece of cardboard. You're going to want some string or some yarn, scissors help. And then we're going to have a couple of cups that we're going to fill some water up. And a lot of you might have seen this in our assemblies, but we're going to try it out anyways, all right? Hi everybody, for the second part of the Greek waiter tray, we need to prep the cardboard. So what I did is I cut little slits using my scissors right here, and that's where the string is going to attach to the board. And then what we're going to do is we're going to cut 2 long lengths of string, and this is going to be our swinging handle. All right, so as I said earlier, I cut 4 little slits in the corners of the cardboard. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the string and I'm going to run it through the slits that I cut right there, and I'm going to bring it up, and I want them about equal, so I'm going to slide this one a little bit. So they come up about equal here, and then I'm going to do the same thing with the other 2 slits. I'm going to bring them right here in the middle, like so. And now I'm going to bring all 4 strings up. And I'm going to try my best to center this, and I'm going to tie these 4 strings together. Now, this has a nice platform. If I take a cup filled with water and place it right there, as I swing this, I'm generating centripetal force. And if I can generate centripetal force that's stronger than gravity, I can swing this upside down and the water won't spill. So let's go outside and test it. So I have my Greek waiter tray, I have my cup of water, and I'm outside because we might spill. I'm going to put the cup right here, and as I swing, I'm generating an outside centripetal force that's pushing the cup down onto the cardboard. If I keep generating more centripetal force, bigger swings, I can swing it up over my head and it doesn't spill because it's greater than gravity. Now the trick is to slow it down very slowly. And now I have the water. No spills.